Okay, hello and welcome to today's video. So, today's video is going to be quite a long one, and it is celebrating the anniversary of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Basically, the main game my channel centered around. Of course, today's also the Switch's anniversary, and I did a video on that. Look at the card in the top right if you want to see that, but this is the Breath of the Wild video. So, anyway, let's get right into it. First though, before I get into any of it, when I was thinking of ideas I asked on my Discord, and one of the ideas that was suggested I found quite funny. It was me sing happy birthday to my Switch. I haven't had my Switch for a year, so I decided I wouldn't do that. I have had Breath of the Wild for a year, so I decided that would work, but I don't sing, so that wouldn't work. So instead, I'm going to get Siri to do it. So watch this short little cringy video first.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Breath of the Wild. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Breath of the Wild. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Breath of the Wild. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, now you've got that over and done with, hopefully you never have to see it again, I'm going to actually get onto what's happening in today's video, discounting that. So first, I'm going to try and explain Breath of the Wild as fast as I can, in as short amount of time as possible. I don't know how well I'll do, but I hope I can do well. And then secondly, after that, I'm going to review the game. I have not reviewed the game before, this will be my official review. But anyway, first of all, let's try and explain the whole game as quickly as possible. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Basically, there's this guy called Link, he wakes up in a strange room. Turns out he used to be a hero, but he nearly died. He now has to kill this Calamity Ganon thing before it destroys the world. But you see, he's this old man guy, and he won't let him leave the area until he gets a glider. So he has to become a old man's slave for a few hours. Then, now that he's free after becoming a slave, he can roam the world with his glider and everything. It's nice and fun. But that's literally all he mainly does. He just goes around burning and killing and burning and creating and exploding and killing and pushing and burning. Many things all around the world. And then he meets this old lady called Impa. She tells him he has to free these 4 champion people for some reason, so he goes and fights this same boss 4 times. They're all freed. And he goes and grabs this nice sword, and he's pretty much set to face this Ganon guy. Except then, this monk tells him, no, you've got to do all these trials, and gives him this really cool weapon, but then, after he's done, takes it away, never to see it again. Pretty sad, isn't it? But anyway, then, Link gets to fight the monk, and he gets a nice little motorcycle, and, of course, the boss is better than the actual final boss, but you know what, who cares? Then, he, goes on destroying stuff for a bit while longer, because why not? And then finally he goes to fight this Ganon guy. Except it's really easy. And well, that's pretty much it. Okay. How did I do? Did I explain it fast enough? Did I explain it too slowly? Could you understand a word I said? I probably couldn't. But yes, I did it. Anyway though, one thing I want to point out, that explanation is typically something someone would say in almost any case. However, although it is right in quite a few ways, I don't think it fully describes Breath of the Wild to its potential as being a really good game. It's more of a jokey sort of description, which is why I'm now going into reviewing Breath of the Wild officially and properly, this not including what I just said. So, this review is going to be fully down to earth. Everything I say is what I believe. Wait, no, I mean down to Hyrule, but yes. Anyway, I'm going to be splitting the review up into 4 parts. Gameplay, graphics, music, and story. Okay, so looking at gameplay first. Basically, the gameplay's amazing. It's all open world, it's got an amazing physics engine which can do, well, anything. Pretty much, anyway. I mean, you can push rocks off cliffs, climb those same cliffs, or even catapult yourself across the world using those same rocks. And some powers from a, I don't know how you describe it, it's basically an iPad, but it's Sheikah. Yeah, it's called a Sheikah Slate. Most people already know this, but if you haven't played the game then you wouldn't. But yeah, there's basically no limit to what you can do. And the game itself actually matches this as well, accounting for almost everything you do, which I have discovered over quite a few of my videos, but yes. And that's also quite good, apart from when I spent ages trying to break the game and it won't break. But I guess that's good, isn't it? Anyway, basically good in terms of all that. Furthermore, not just the engine, but it's filled with 120 shrine dungeons. They're all good. Well, some of the shrine dungeons are just a reward, but if they are, the actual part of getting to them is also really good. Some of them, it's got good getting to them and good inside. Not just that, there's also 4 Divine Beast dungeons. They're also pretty cool. There's a final Hyrule Castle dungeon. That's also really good. Tons and tons of monsters, really hard. At least until you get used to it anyway, and then it's all easy, but well, game's easy once you get used to it, in my opinion. And all of that, there's not even to mention the DLC. That adds like, I don't know, 16 or so. Wait, no. 12 more shrines, a whole new Divine Beast dungeon, and tons more cool stuff. So basically, tons and tons of gameplay content, really good. There's only a few problems I find with it. One being that the final bosses of all the dungeons are pretty similar, discounting the DLC. And can be easy in some cases, but I think the only problem with the easiness is you get too good before you go and fight them. If you went and fought them from the start of the game, it would not be easy. And then, discounting that, because that's only a small problem and doesn't really interfere with the game that much at all, there's these 900 Korok Seed items you have to collect. If you collect like 400 or so of them, nice and easy, you get inventory upgrades and all. If you collect like 500 more, you get nothing, just a little poop-like item, that's all. Many people don't like that, and I sort of don't either. However, I've just given up on disliking it, and I'm not going to count that in this at all, because I believe it's just a sort of prank on the developer's side for anyone who's actually stupid enough to continue collecting Korok Seeds, even when they serve no purpose. So, overall, discounting the Korok Seeds as what I just said, and the bosses being easy is only a minor thing, I would give the gameplay 10 out of 10. Next, the graphics, which are equally amazing to the gameplay, if not better. So they're nice cel-shaded graphics, they just look simply great, realistic in some places, cartoony in other places, nice match, done really well. What I really like, however, is all the tiny details Nintendo have added, like there's tons of just like little stuff on the floor like leaves and stuff, which some games it literally just be a flat texture spread along the floor. Nope, not Breath of the Wild, tons of detail. I can't really say anything more here, other than just 10 out of 10. I mean, it's sort of pretty self-explanatory in my opinion, but there you go. Anyway, third, the music. Many people claim the music in Breath of the Wild is bland and empty. Nope. Fully wrong. In my opinion, the music fits the scene at the time perfectly. In some cases it's grand, fully orchestrated, amazing music for fighting, well, sometimes amazing bosses. Sometimes it's just a slight bit of piano music in the background for the empty wilderness you're exploring. And I think that's good because it doesn't take your attention away from the actual exploration of the wilderness. Well then sometimes it's amazing dramatic music fitting cutscenes perfectly, like when you're about to fight the final boss or a memory. It all fits the game perfectly. I think you're getting that. So, I also give that 10 out of 10. Finally, there's the story. Now, this is a tricky one. Originally, I would have given it 8 out of 10. However, actually, wait a moment. The reason for that would have been because, well, as nice as it is, the story is just quite short and basic. I mean, you wake up, there's an evil guy and you got killed, almost killed in the past, and everything was destroyed, but he's been sealed away. You have to go and defeat him, save these 4 champion people to help you defeat him. That's pretty much it on a basic level. I mean, it's still nice and everything when you actually look at it in detail, but I wouldn't have given it 10 out of 10 at the time. However, now, as I am going to say, with the release of the Champions Ballad DLC, it adds tons more in terms of story to it. And that would raise the mark I give it. I mean, originally, the only character you saw in detail was Zelda. That was it. Champions Ballad DLC, you see the champions in detail too. You actually get to learn to know them as people and understand quite a lot more of the whole story. And, well, basically, I would give it a 9.9 recurring out of 10 because, yes, it's not perfect, but it is a really good story. Basically, however, 9.9 recurring is not a nice number, so I just round it to 10. Therefore, 10 out of 10 for each 4 sections, 40 out of 40, aka 100%. Basically, Breath of the Wild is really, really good, and I can think of hardly any spots where it's bad. I would go as far as to name it as the best game that's been made so far in the whole of gaming history, and predict that it will be quite a while before any games are made which are better than it. Anyway, now that this video's finished, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe for more content similar to this, and leave your thoughts below in the comments section. Hope to see you next time, and bye.